Imagine a world where an advanced civilization thrived long before the rise of Rome, where masterful artisans, architects, and mystics shaped the future of the Mediterranean. Yet today, they remain overshadowed by the empire they helped create. Who were these mysterious people, and what secrets lie beneath their ancient tombs and ruins? Welcome to Forgotten Tales, where we unravel the story of the Etruscans, a civilization that shaped Rome's destiny and forever changed the course of history. Join us as we explore the lost world of the Etruscans and uncover the legacy they left behind. The Etruscans flourished in central Italy, in a region known as Etruria, stretching across what we now recognize as Tuscany, western Umbria, and northern Lazio. This civilization reached its peak between the 8th and 3rd centuries BCE. Although much of their story remains hidden beneath layers of time, their influence on Rome is unmistakable. Known for their artistic prowess, sophisticated engineering, and urban planning, the Etruscans played a key role in shaping the early stages of Roman development. Imagine the grandeur of their cities, VI, Tarquinia, Cerveteri, places adorned with temples, vibrant marketplaces, and homes that would later inspire Roman architects. Etruscan frescoes depict scenes of banquets, athletic competitions, and ceremonies, reflecting a rich and complex society. Their intricate pottery and metalwork, featuring scenes of mythology and daily life, demonstrate a mastery of craft that was unmatched in their time. But who were the Etruscans, really? Where did they come from? Ancient Greek historian Herodotus claimed that they came from Lydia, in present-day Turkey, while Roman historian Livy believed they were native to Italy. Modern genetic studies suggest a mix of local Italic and Near Eastern influences, hinting at migrations and exchanges across the Mediterranean. This blend of cultures is reflected in their language, which remains partially deciphered, adding to the mystique of this ancient people. One striking aspect of the Etruscan civilization is their unique burial customs. Unlike the Romans, who primarily practiced cremation, the Etruscans buried their dead in elaborate tombs, often constructed to resemble their homes. These tombs were adorned with intricate frescoes depicting daily life, including feasts and music, inviting the deceased to enjoy a comfortable afterlife. Etruscan society was a patchwork of city-states, each with its own ruler, whether a king, known as a Lucuman, or a group of aristocratic magistrates. Unlike the more centralized governance of Rome, the Etruscans had a loose confederation, often coming together for religious festivals or in times of war. This decentralized nature allowed for a diversity of cultural practices, yet it also made them vulnerable to external threats, such as the rising power of Rome. Etruscan cities were centers of trade and craftsmanship, known for their metalworking skills, particularly in bronze. They created intricate sculptures like the famous Chimera of Arezzo, a bronze statue that captures the mythical creature in vivid detail. Such works of art reveal their craftsmanship and their fascination with mythology. Their art wasn't just functional, it served a spiritual purpose as well. Etruscan artisans created exquisite sarcophagi, intricately carved from limestone and terracotta, which served as eternal resting places for the elite. These tombs often featured reclining figures of the deceased, appearing to share a meal or a conversation, symbolizing their belief in a life after death filled with pleasure and comfort. Etruscan religion was deeply intertwined with nature and the cosmos. They believed that the will of the gods could be interpreted through natural phenomena, such as the patterns in lightning or the flight paths of birds. This practice, known as augury, would later be adopted by the Romans. Their belief in an afterlife is evident in their tombs, which were more than just burial places. They were miniature houses for the dead, adorned with vivid frescoes depicting scenes of banquets and music. These tombs, like those in Tarquinia, offer a glimpse into their belief in a joyful afterlife, where the deceased continued to celebrate and feast with their ancestors. The Etruscans also had a rich pantheon of gods, many of whom would later be incorporated into Roman mythology. One of the most significant was Tinia, akin to the Roman Jupiter, and Uni, equivalent to Juno. Etruscan religion also emphasized the importance of rites and rituals, particularly those surrounding death, reflecting their beliefs about the afterlife. Priests known as haruspices conducted rituals, interpreting signs and omens, a practice that became essential in Roman culture. As Rome transformed from a small settlement into a city-state, it absorbed many elements of Etruscan culture. The Romans, in fact, once had Etruscan kings before establishing their republic. One of the most famous Etruscan rulers of Rome was Tarquin the Proud, whose reign ended in 509 BCE, paving the way for the foundation of the Roman Republic. But the Etruscan influence didn't end there, it was only beginning. The early Roman Republic was significantly influenced by Etruscan political structures. The Senate, a body of elders advising the king, has its roots in Etruscan practices. The Romans adopted the idea of the lustrum, a ceremonial purification, which highlighted the importance of religious observance in governance. Roman architecture also borrowed heavily from Etruscan designs. For instance, the construction of temples utilized the Etruscan plan, characterized by a deep porch and a high podium, elements that would become standard in Roman temple design. The Temple of Jupiter Optimus Maximus, one of the most important temples in ancient Rome, was heavily inspired by Etruscan architecture. But as Rome's power grew, the Etruscans began to decline. Throughout the 5th and 4th centuries BCE, Etruscan city-states found themselves besieged by outside forces, not just from Rome, but from Greek colonies in the south and invading tribes from the north. Internal divisions between city-states made it difficult to mount a unified defense. One by one, the once great cities of Etruria fell to Roman dominance. Take, for example, the city of Veii, one of the Etruscans' most prominent centers. It fell in 396 BCE, after a lengthy siege by the Romans, a turning point that marked the beginning of the end for Etruscan autonomy. With the fall of Veii, the Etruscans' influence waned, their cities becoming Romanized over time. By the 3rd century BCE, Etruria was fully absorbed into the expanding Roman Republic. Despite the end of their political power, the Etruscans left behind a legacy that continued to resonate in Roman culture. The Romans, always pragmatic, took what was valuable from the Etruscans and made it their own. They honored certain Etruscan traditions, preserving aspects of their religion and governance, while their own culture gradually overshadowed its origins. The Etruscan language faded away, becoming a lost tongue, understood only through a handful of inscriptions that survive to this day. Interestingly, some historians suggest that the very traits that made the Etruscans innovative, such as their commitment to art and religion, also contributed to their decline. As Rome grew stronger, the Etruscans struggled to adapt to a changing world. Their decentralized city-state model, once an asset, became a liability as Rome united its territories under a single banner, effectively rendering the Etruscans obsolete. The Etruscans remind us that history is rarely shaped by one culture alone, but through the exchange of ideas and influences across time. The lessons we draw from the Etruscan experience resonate today. Their story serves as a reminder of the delicate balance between innovation and adaptation. In a world of constant change, understanding and embracing the contributions of those who came before us is essential. As we close this exploration of the Etruscans, what aspect of Etruscan culture do you find most intriguing? Share your thoughts in the comments, we'd love to hear from you. Thank you for joining us on this exploration. In our next episode of Forgotten Tales, we set sail across the Red Sea to uncover the secrets of the kingdom of Punt, Egypt's forgotten ally. A land of wealth, mystery, and exotic treasures, Punt was a key trading partner of ancient Egypt, supplying gold, incense, and myrrh. But what do we really know about this lost kingdom, and why did its influence fade into obscurity? Join us as we explore the ancient expeditions, the cultural exchanges, and the enduring mysteries surrounding this enigmatic land. Was Punt a real place, or a myth passed down through Egyptian lore? Find out in our next journey into the past, only on Forgotten Tales. Stay tuned. And as always, if you enjoyed this journey through time, hit the like button, share this video with fellow history lovers, and subscribe to our channel for more fascinating content. Don't forget to turn on the notification bell so you never miss an episode of Forgotten Tales. Until next time, remember that history is full of stories waiting to be uncovered, stories that blur the line between myth and reality.